Retired NASA astronaut Leroy Chiao, who knows a lot about that risk, he also climbed on top of one of our spacecraft and blasted off into space with NASA. He's also the author of the upcoming book, Dinner with an Astronaut, which I cannot wait to read. Leroy, please send me a copy ASAP. NASA says, it's the same thing that I just asked our friend there. We're not going to see another wet dress rehearsal from this time around, but those of us that watch this, you think like the wet dress rehearsal was crucial in finding the issues with some of the helium leaks. Are they sure they don't want to do it this time?
Well, yes, because it was they had the wet dress rehearsal not that long ago. They identified some issues, took care of those issues, and they did some subsequent more component level testing, and they're confident that they've got their arms around it. So they're ready to go. And I think with pretty high confidence it's going to go this time on hopefully April 1st.
All right, so all systems hopefully go. They've got the rocket systems. They've also got the human systems. Those astronauts are in quarantine right now, just praying that no one gets sick. Everything is going to be fine. But you've been on a crew before. What goes through the minds of astronauts before they hurl off into space?
Well, it's more excitement at this point. I mean, long ago, astronauts that are getting ready to go fly have already done the risk-reward calculation. They've decided it's certainly worth it to go. The biggest question mark on this mission is the heat shield. Of course, Artemis 1 came back 3 years ago with a lot more damage to the heat shield than was expected. NASA spent those 3 years doing a lot of analyses, some testing, simulations. They've redid the trajectories to minimize the heating. And so they're confident they have their arms around it. And frankly, no mission is without risk, but I would get on that flight if it were me without hesitation. So I think they're going to be going off on their adventure very soon.
And I would be stowing away in your luggage. I do have to ask, though, it's been over 50 years since we've sent people to the far side of just into space near the moon. We're going to be going further, hopefully, with this one. Is there more to learn scientifically on the backside, or is this really more just like testing the new tech that we have to get us to the moon and then beyond?
Right. The main purpose of this mission is to fully test the Orion spacecraft with a crew on board. Artemis 1 launched a year ago and checked everything out, but now we've got a crew on board. You're going to fully check out the life support system, the thermal control system, everything else, the comm system, and make sure that the spacecraft is ready to actually go and do a landing mission, hopefully in the next few years. And so this is an important first step. It's very much like Apollo 8, right? Apollo 8 went around the moon. And you could argue that Apollo 8 actually did more because they actually did some burns and circularized around the moon for a few orbits before doing a burn to come back. This is a free return trajectory. It's very much like Apollo 13 in that they're going to use the moon's gravity to swing them around and pull them back towards Earth. But not to diminish their mission, they are going to be, going farther than any astronauts have ever gone from the Earth. And again, the heat shield is the critical test.
Yeah, heat shield and that lunar slingshot will be fun to watch. Leroy Chiao, thank you so much for being with us.